come here. Hey doll, so today, you want to be on camera? Come. Let them see you. Come. Come on camera. Here she is. Say hi. Say hi. Look up there. Look. She's saying hi. So this is Raven, everyone. Okay, she's like, I'm done. Today we're going to be focusing on, I don't even know whether to call this part 1, part 2, part 3. I've got so many videos on the whole Kenneka Jenkins case, so this is just a continuation, because every time I do a video, you dolls and guys, because I have men that watch these videos as well, so you guys always have a lot to say and a lot of comments, and it's like, I wish I can respond, and this is my way of responding, because there's so many comments I can't keep up. So the best way to respond is with a video, so I get to kind of address everything. And on top of that, as you guys are talking, I see more things that I didn't see. And the more I look, like this case is one of those cases that just keeps giving. The more you look, the more you see. So on that note, grab your coffee, grab your tea, and let's do this crime coffee and chat video. Let's get started, dolls. And also, before we start, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, thank you for all the new subscribers that come just for these videos. I appreciate you so much. Also go and follow me on Instagram. I'm going to put my Instagram information is right here. Also, what else? Share my videos, like my videos. I will definitely have more crime videos coming up. Literally just stay tuned on my channel. So if you're not here for the shopping and home decor and fashion, I always have some crime, coffee and chat videos coming up. So subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button to stay in touch with what I'm doing. So anyway, with that being said, let's get started. Oh, one more thing. So if you have like something, because next I'm going to be doing the Kendrick Johnson case, so stay tuned for that, because I have a lot that you dolls and guys need to see with that case. I just have researched it a lot, and wow, you keep huffing and puffing in every single video. So wow. So I've researched it a lot, and I've seen a lot of stuff that I feel like a lot of people have not spoken about. So just like the Kenneka Jenkins case. So we're going to go into that, and it's, you know, it's coming up soon. So without further ado, if you, oh, I forgot what I was going to say. If you have a request for a crime or mystery or something you want me to cover, comment down below. I want to know what is like the most popular things. The most requested last time again was Kendrick Johnson. So let me know if there's anything else or anyone that you want me to do, like, you know, dig into and then do a video on. Let me know. But anyway, this is the longest intro ever. Let's get started. So I think we're just going to get straight into it, because that was a very long intro. So basically this video is going to be kind of just I put a list down together of notes, of things that I feel like I missed, or not even missed, I just noticed now watching the videos. If you hear breathing, it is my dog in the background breathing, Raven. So it's not me. She has been huffing and puffing in a lot of these videos. So anyway, let's get right into it. So these are just things that, you know, I didn't miss, but I've now like looked at, and I'm thinking, is there stuff that we're just noticing? Like, as I said, the more you look at this case, the more information jumps out at you. It's literally in plain sight. And what I mean by plain sight is a lot of these things are in our faces if you look at the crime scene pictures. Now, about the crime scene pictures, YouTube are on something. So basically they have rules on YouTube because of advertiser friendly. Even though there's some gory, horrible videos out there, there's a lot of couples channels that do too much like stuff, X-rated stuff that should not be on YouTube because of children and stuff like that. And not even just because children, it's just too X-rated to be advertiser friendly. But no, YouTube don't go demonetizing their videos, but they demonetized my last video on Kenneka Jenkins because, I mean, I understand I included some pictures that were, I wouldn't say gory, but they were graphic with the body. But I mean, she was clothed, but you know, YouTube, as I said, they're on something. So with that being said, most of the pictures and stuff I will include are going to be links. So you have to literally pause my video and go and click on the link in the description box to find these pictures. I will not anymore be including any more pictures in here, sadly. It makes it more interesting because you get to see what I'm talking about, but when it has to do with like a body, I am not putting it in my video. I'm even scared saying the word body because, you know, they're very sensitive on here on YouTube. So it just makes it just not as fun, not fun, but just as not as interesting if you don't get to see what I'm talking about. But either way, I'm going to put the link down below so you can see what I'm talking about, but you're just going to have to click on the links, and I'm going to mark what I'm talking about. So I think that's how we're going to do it, just to be on the safe side. So anyway, so the first thing about I mean, I don't know if I can include her pants. I mean, I might zoom in and crop it maybe, but I'm not going to include like her whole body pictures, and I don't feel comfortable including stuff like that, to be honest, but now I'm definitely not going to do it. So anyway, number one, so this is something I feel like I missed after I had done the video. Number one is her pants, trousers, pants, whatever you want to call it. The Brits, we call it trousers. So, but I'm speaking to majority of Americans. Okay, so her trousers, pants, whatever, had like this thick, I feel like the bottom of it in a lot of the pictures I saw. My eyes could be playing tricks on me, but we need to talk about these pants because they're very important to me. There's so much like evidence that I see in there and clues and stuff like that, just looking at the trousers alone, that I didn't really dive into in the last video. But her trousers have this like almost a dark red blood stain on it at the bottom, and I'm going to include the links down below so you can see them. Again, I'm not putting them in this video, I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm going to include links, you can see it. Oh, I wish I can include it in this video so you can really see what I'm talking about, but if you really want to see, go and look at the link. I am going to put the link, you can see off of Google, it's not going to be on my butt. So anyway, yeah, so they have this dark stain on it, and I'm wondering, what is that dark red stain? Why is it there? It looks like quite a lot of blood. So I don't know what that is. And then if you just look at her trousers even more, you know what, I'm on my phone. I wish I can show you on my phone, but then no, that's still showing you the image. So I just don't want to put it in this video. But if you look on her trouser, I did say in the last video, there's like drag marks as if she's been dragged. And it kind of trickles down to her shoe as well. So if you look at her shoes, they have like almost like mud. So I feel like she was definitely not inside. I have to say it, the Killed, because I don't want to put all that words on YouTube. YouTube are really getting really strict. So I don't think she was inside the freezer. I feel she was to do all these hand movements. You know what I'm saying. Let's do these codes. You know what I'm saying. Killed is, I feel she was I have to do it like that because YouTube are really becoming like kind of doing too much. But anyway, so I feel she was, that happened to her elsewhere. I strongly, from all the mess on her trousers and on her clothes and on her shoes, particularly her trousers and shoes, it looks like she was dragged. It looks like there was a fight. It just is too much mess to just have been in the freezer. And here's the thing, so for those people who are out there who still want to believe this is a tragic accident, and she passed inside the freezer. Okay, so for people who are like that, who have that mindset with everything in your face, and you still have that mindset, so someone who does freeze to death, there's a thing, and I'm going to see if I can put the word across the screen somewhere, but there's a thing that happens before you freeze where you go kind of mental, and it almost feels like your body is too hot, but it's actually really cold, but your brain is like going insane. So you start ripping off all your clothes. How come she didn't rip off any of her clothes? They're like intact. Not even her jacket. Why was her jacket, a denim jacket, still on? Because that happens when someone freezes to death. They start pulling off everything. That doesn't look like it's the case. I've seen some people on YouTube try and say, yeah, that's what happened. No, that's why she's like, looks messed up and dirty. That's not that, because her jacket was still on. She would have been able to, no matter how drugged or drunk she was, she would have been able to rip off her jacket. That's a very easy jacket to take off. So how come her clothes were still intact? So that knocks that out to me, because she had not much clothes to take off. How comes we didn't see that in the freezer? I don't know. It just don't make sense. And then on the pants, there was, not far from her pants, there was like this kind of like liquid kind of thing. Some people say it's male. You know how female have like, you know, like eggs, or like, you know, I don't want to say the word, I'm going to put it on the screen somewhere, but you know what I'm trying, sperm. I feel it was that. I don't, you know, have to, I hate having to do all this creeping around instead of just saying what I need to say, but I saw something that looked like that, and a lot of you dolls and guys commented that in the comment section, that you saw like this liquid by her leg. I really feel that was it, because if it was it, it can freeze inside the freezer. I feel like a lot still happened in the freezer. I feel like she was partially alive in the freezer, but then at the same time I feel like she was dumped in there. It's very confusing. I'm still trying to piece together from the images I'm looking at, but I feel like, here's the thing, so I feel like they even did more to her body when she was already gone in that freezer. There's some sick people out there, but that's my feeling. But really, really go and look at those pictures of her trousers and of her, you know, of her pants, and really tell me what you think. I don't know, just this is disturbing. I've tried to zoom in. I wish you could see the images I'm showing you right now, but I tried to zoom in and look at it. It just looks stained AF. It looks so stained. And also, we're going to get to the shoes. This is the part, this is number 2. The shoes, like, okay, so the foot that she has, the grey Jordans on, looks, the one that has the Jordans on, both feet look swollen, but the one that has the Jordans on looks, now correct me if I'm wrong, the Jordans look really huge and puffy, or is that abnormal? Because it just looks abnormal to me. Like, I've seen people wear Jordans, and this Jordans looks really huge and puffy, almost like her feet are swollen, and to me that looks like someone who's been beaten up. Like, she looks really bruised, especially around the feet area, almost like she was kicked on. That's what I mean, those Jordans just look puffy. They don't, like, the foot looks very swollen. Again, that could be after, post death. It could be that could be why those feet, you know, because the body does puff up. But I mean, how long was it in there for her to puff up? You know, it just doesn't. And then almost, if you look at that other foot, the foot that doesn't have the Jordans on, literally go on Google and type, you know, search this up. It looks like it's crooked, almost like I've stared at it. Stare at it from, so I'm holding my old phone. Don't laugh, this is my old phone. I just use it. It's a broken phone, but stare at it like this in a horizontal way. To where the foot, this part of the toes are facing down. Stare at it like that, and if you look at it, if you look at where the if you look at where her big toe is, it looks bent. Like, it looks like it's broken. It doesn't look, that foot is broken. It looks broken, like almost, or messed up at least. So let me know what you think about that. Let's see. It's just something, I just keep looking, something doesn't sit right, and I just discovered something while looking at these pictures. Okay, so I'm going to include in this video her shoe, because that's not like her face or anything, just the bottom of her shoe. And I'm going to leave it in there so you can stare at it. I'm going to include the bottom of her shoe and the side of her shoe, and I'm going to leave it in there. Stare at it for a really long time. In fact, pause the video and stare at it. And when I come back on camera, I'm going to tell you my observation of what I think is really creepy about that. Okay, so you've seen the image at the bottom of her shoe. So based on what I see at the bottom of her shoe, you know, you have to be alive to be able to get tread marks, right? And that freezer doesn't look like it has mud in it, because it's a freezer. People are not stepping in mud in a freezer. Whether it's used on, why does this keep falling off my lap? Whether it's used or not, no freezer is going to have mud all over the floor. There wasn't really much mud in there. So who would have brought mud into the freezer? There's no mud in there. So to me, as I said, you have to be alive to make tread marks. So what I see here is that she was walking in mud prior to being in that fridge. And that would mean at some point she went outside. Now, I don't know if that's on the way in, but to me, this mud looks like, okay, Jordans. Jordans, as far as I know, is a very big deal. People spend a lot of money on Jordans. So most people who spend, and she was going to a party too, so she's not trying to get her Jordans muddy. People have literally died over these Jordan shoes. So I don't see anyone, they cost a lot. No one's going to be getting it that filthy and that muddy. So this tells me that she was at some point outside and stepping in this mud in the most, like, I guess, careless way, because I guess if something's happening to you, you're not thinking about how cute your shoes look. So this looks like a forceful thing that happened to her outside. So it tells me at some point she wandered outside or was taken outside, but she treaded in those shoes after the party outside. And if we can get close-ups, those shoes were not that dirty when she was walking around in the hallway. If that was her walking around in the hallway, because we don't know, we really don't know, we don't have facts, we are just being presented with what we've been presented, and we just have to put together what we can see. If you look at the side of the Jordans, again, no girl is going to put on some dirty Jordans and walk up into a party. And if they're going to a party, they're not going to get their Jordans dirty. Why do these Jordans look like they've been outside dirty? Because I know for a fact she would not walk into that party with dirty Jordans on. Why are those Jordans so dirty? Why do those shoes look so dirty? Think about it. Why would they look that dirty? Why would she present? She was walking outside, and oh, this gets worse each time I look at it. And so dirty, it just looks, she's definitely been in mud, because you can see where the white part of the Jordans are, it's muddy. So she's definitely stepped in mud and it's almost been dragged across. It could have been a fight. That's what that looks like to me. So let me know if you've seen the same thing I'm seeing with those Jordans. That is so creepy. I'm just seeing it now on camera. That wasn't even one of my points. You're going to have to go and look for these images, because I'm not going to include this one in the video, but her trousers, her pants were pulled down, okay, to the point you can see her underwear. That is just so disturbing to me. I'm just looking at it. It doesn't, and no girl, again, no matter how drunk you are, they're not going to be put. She wasn't walking in the hallway, if that's her walking in the hallway. She wasn't walking around the hallway with her trousers down. So at what point did that happen? Even when she walked into the freezer area, her pants were up high. So why in the fridge are they down like that? It just don't make sense. And if she had it just don't make sense, it just doesn't make sense. And then the bra thing too, the two of them, to me, it looks like she was struggling with someone, or something happened to her and they took her clothes. Well, you understand, it doesn't look normal to me. It just looks abnormal, and it was just put together in such a disregard, like with no regard. They just put her clothes on back. So to me, it shows a fight. Something happened. You just can't overlook it. I kind of done the major points that I do see about this. One of them that really sticks out to me is Irene. I'm starting to think, the more I look at this case, the more I'm starting to think Irene is kind of innocent, or not innocent, but I'm not ruling anyone out. I'm not putting anyone in. But when you look at Irene, from all the interviews, she seems like she's afraid of something, or afraid of someone. But then at the same time, she can tell her story very, it doesn't seem different each time. It's very consistent, and it's very, would I say truthful? I don't know. So, but I feel like she's very afraid, like trembling, like scared AF, like someone's going to come after her if she says too much. I feel Irene knows more than she's letting on, and not to say that she's involved, but I think she witnessed something or knows something and doesn't want to get involved in that way because she's afraid of her life. I mean, this is Chicago we're talking about. So that's just the whole, just go and look at videos of Irene and even her live, everything. She just seems really nervous about something and afraid about something or someone or someone's, if that's a word. So that's something I observed. So does that mean she's innocent? I don't know. Does that mean she has something to do with it? Again, I don't know, but there's something she's definitely not telling the public or not telling the police or not telling anyone that she knows. So another thing I noticed and I observed is the video doesn't actually show her enter the actual freezer. Has anyone, if you've noticed, the video kind of just shows her go in that area, but I don't really see the door open. It doesn't show that. You would think with something that stores food or should store food or such an area that should be guarded, you think there should be a camera right above it just to protect that area, just in general. So it doesn't make sense. Why is there only a camera in the kitchen side but not where expensive food will be stored away eventually? You'd think that even if it wasn't a working camera, you think there should be some camera there. There's no cameras there. And then why do we never see we don't see the door open? So what does that mean? Like, how are we to believe nothing else happened right after that? I feel like we're only being given pieces of information. I feel like there's more footage that we don't even see. They're in control of what they show us. They're not, I mean, you have to think this is their hotel. They're not going to show anything but what they want us to see. They can literally withdraw video from the police if they want to. They don't have to hand in everything. It's kind of like the Elisa case. We only see bits and we only see that one video. Where's other videos? Where's the one missing minute in the Elisa video, the Elisa Lam video in Hotel Cecil? You know, so like it's kind of the same. They are in control. It's their turf. It's their cameras. They choose to show us what they want us to see, and that's it. And you have to be okay with that. That's basically what they're doing. So why do we never see why do we never see the door open, even in the reflection? Like, why do we not see that door open? It just doesn't. Go and look at it. It just doesn't make sense. Maybe I should include it in this video so you can see. It don't make sense. I might, you know what, I will include it in this video just so you can take a look at it. So another thing I noticed is that the videos in general, the CCTV in the hotel in general, what they showed us only show Kenneka on her own throughout the whole time, walking around on her own. Do you know how scary that is? And she never stumbled at the front desk, round the front desk. She was just literally only like on the first two floors, but never seemed to stumble around the front desk. Went up the elevator many times, but have you noticed one thing that we noticed is that no one seemed to be in the footages with her? Like, to me, with all the movement and cleaning that was going on in other videos we've seen that same night, why did no cleaner or no security that's walking around bump into her, or even no guest? And her friends at one point were looking for her. Why did no one clash and bump into her? Why did no one walk by in the background? Why was she literally roaming around for hours on her own? Isn't that so creepy? And you have to think, if that is really her walking around in the videos we see, if that's what they're telling us, that's actually very scary. Her last moments, that is actually the most scariest thing. In general, this whole thing is scary. Where she ended up is very scary and very lonely, and you just have to feel so sorry for that poor little girl. She was definitely, must have been really scared. If everything we are being told is true and everything we're seeing is true, that is so scary. Imagine walking around 2-3 a.m. at night and no, you're on your own and you don't even know what you're doing, and you're so confused, and you're probably drunk or high or something, but you're just not in your mind. Just imagine how scary that is. That is so scary. It's just disturbing. But why is there no one there? Like, not even any of the party goers, like leaving the party at that point and walking through the hallway. Why does she just seem to be the only person in that big hotel on her own? It doesn't make sense. Tell me what you think about that. So the next thing I noticed was what happened to that activist. I forgot his name, but I'll see if I can put it across the screen. he was at the beginning of the case. What happened to him? Why is it after a while we heard nothing about him in this whole case? Like nothing. Um, why does, if you're an activist, why do you not seek justice? He doesn't seem to be seeking justice. If you notice, I don't know his name. I'm just gonna keep it at the top of the screen so you can see, but like right there. So his name, I don't know his name, but he was just this older guy at the beginning. From the get-go, he was off. He made it look like he's looking for justice, but he was just just an a-hole. Basically really annoying. It's like he was like, I've seen, first of all, one thing that was wrong is that he publicly said he saw the images of her walking into the freezer before the family. Who is showing, first of all, this activist these images and videos before the actual family get to see it? I felt that was just so disgusting, so unprofessional, and just so insensitive. Just morally and everything wrong. Everything was wrong about that. Why was he, who is he? Seriously, who is he? So anyway, but he was so adamant that she walked in the freezer. He's like, I saw it on video. And why was he so, and here's the thing. So I feel like he was probably, if this is a cover up and everything, I feel like he was used as a black man to kind of calm race war down in case people retaliate and think, oh, this is racist, blah 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 blah. He's going to be like the one to kind of bring peace. I feel like that's what he was used, because if not, why would you say you saw something before the family saw it? You're already out telling, everyone, by the way, she did walk into that freezer. That's literally how he was saying it. Like, that's what he said. I saw it with my eyes. She walked in. It's an accident. Case closed. So then, ooh. Okay, so the next thing, and this might be the final point of something I spotted, was why did the hotel manager, remember there's a clip going around where he knocks on the door. I'll see if I can insert it in this video. If I can find it, I definitely will. But he apparently knocks on the door in the party they're having, and they're like, hey, the manager's at the door. If a manager's able to knock on the door, why wasn't he able to stop the party? I mean, and why did he knock on the door? Why would a manager knock on a guest door? That don't make sense. Was he involved in the party? Is there something he's looking for? And it just makes me look at the involvement of him or the hotel in the case. It was like, why knock on the door? If you're not going to stop the party, why knock on the door? Like, what was the point of knocking on the door? Was it to control the sound? Okay, but there shouldn't be a party at that time of the night with underage kids there. They should have known. So for the fact that a manager was able to go to that room, knock on the door, know that there's some kind of wild turn up going on with some young kids, they're not gonna, like, in general, they're not gonna want trouble with police, like underage drinking. So why wasn't the manager able to stop that party? Just knocking on the door doesn't make sense. So does it make it look like, what was he looking for at that time of the night? It just makes me wonder. That just made me think there's some kind of connection going on. There's something going on. Who was he looking for at that time of the night? What was the outcome of knocking on the door? So you let me know what you think about that. And then finally, I've said this before already in one of the other videos, but finally, speaking of managers, why was when her body discovered, the manager literally walks to that area and opens the door and there's no shock, there's no like, oh my God, this is, horror. That's scary, first of all. That little secluded area and you're on your own, I will freak out. Any normal human being with a pulse will at least like jump back and be like, oh my God, how comes the manager didn't do that? Like, he just literally opened the door like, okay, there's a body. She's here, just very casual with the police. Like, there was no shock. There was no kickback. There was no like, oh my God, or like, no like, how like you walk away like, oh my God, I just saw, that type of thing. There's no shock, there's no human, there's no compassion, there's nothing. There's just like, oh, just another body and let me go and get them, or I knew she was here all along. I don't know what that is. You guys let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big fat thumbs up. Let me know if you saw these little things and clues and hints I'm seeing in here. This case is draining, very draining and very disturbing, and it's just like, are we ever going to get justice? Are we ever going to get to the truth? I don't know. But thank you for being on this ride with me. And the next case, even as confusing, is the other KJ, Kendrick Johnson. I'm going to be doing that soon. So stay tuned on my channel, hit the notification bell button, follow me on Instagram to have all the updates. Get ready, because the Kendrick Johnson case, I have seen some things that I feel like no one else has come across. So stay tuned, and I will see you dolls and you guys in my next video. Bye. Thank you so much for watching.